What's up guys, DBW Gaming here bringing you another book review, and this time it's of Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets Year 2. Alright, now if you saw my first review, you know that I really enjoyed the book because of how different it was. But one thing I forgot to mention was that there was also a sense of humor in the book, which was not in the movie. And when there was like supposed to be a funny moment in the movie, it didn't really hit well for me. But in the book, it hit really well, and there wasn't too much sense of humor, but when at times where it came, it made me chuckle a little bit. In this book, there's not really much of that besides the very last page, and I mean the last page, page 341, because of George and Fred. That was pretty much the whole reason why I laughed at the end there. But anyway, I just thought I'd point that out because I forgot to mention that in the first book, and mention that about the first book, and starting that off now. So, Chamber of Secrets. How's the book? I'd say I like the first book better than this one, and it's only because of one big reason. The movie adaptation actually does a really good job at adapting to the book. I mean, really well. I mean, sure, they still change things little by little, but it's not really a major thing. Like, for example, in the first book, I forgot to also mention was the Centaur part that's in the movie. It completely was rushed in the movie, completely. There's a whole Centaur scene in the book where I actually enjoyed it and got to know these Centaurs more and who they are. Where you didn't get that at all in the rest of the 8 movies that there were. Chamber of Secrets, the book is not bad at all. It really isn't. In fact, if you haven't watched the movie, I would recommend reading the book first and then going to the movie, because the movie does a very good job at adapting to it. There's only one major thing that they took out entirely of the movie that was in the book, and that was the chapter. I forgot what chapter that was. It was something to do with Valentine's, though. Let's see if I can recognize the name. No, I can't. There's nothing in here called Valentine's Day, but there's a chapter with these cupids and whatnot, and it's Valentine's Day, and there's no point to it. It's basically Gilderoy Lockhart just going all out, cheesy and corny with pink and all this, and you know, if you watch the movie, you know how his character is. So yeah, that's the only fault, and it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing for the book because it's not so different. So it took me a little longer to really get through this one because there wasn't so much to look forward to. As for Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban, the beginning is already really different from the beginning of the movie. So I'm actually looking forward to what else is different in that book. Especially considering I think Azkaban is my favorite Harry Potter movie, so yeah. With that said, I would still recommend reading The Chamber of Secrets if you haven't. I mean, even if you have watched the movie, I think you'll still enjoy this book because, of course, there's more dialogue for each character. They're more developed in the book. Certain situations that didn't happen in the movie happen in here. Although it's not as many, there's very few. And they're pretty much adapted the same way as in the film, like I said. The movie really surprised me when it came to reading this. I was surprised to see that it's really well adapted. Anyway, it's a 341-page book. I finished it in about a week. I'm a slow reader, about a week and a half or so. The longer the books get, the longer it'll take for me to finish them, and the longer it'll take for me to make a review for them. And I am trying to finish all 7 of them, so I'm going to try to do a review for each one. But would I recommend reading it? Like I said, yes. I'm not giving grades to these books because I don't know how to grade a book overall, like like how I would with a movie. I have no idea how to do that with a book. So I'll just recommend if you should watch it, I mean, read it or not. And I do. I recommend that you read it. I can't guarantee you'll enjoy it if you already watched the movie, but I think you'll still like it. From my experience, I don't hate the book. I still really enjoyed it. Just not as good as the first one. Anyway, thank you for watching. This must be a much shorter review than the first one. Feels that way. I will be getting to Prisoner of Azkaban hopefully soon enough. I'm already about 41 pages in, so hopefully I'll be able to finish that soon enough. But anyway, thanks for watching, and see you guys next time for the next book review. Oops. Sorry, book.